y'all, it's Rose, and today we're going to be exploring the MyKid Pod Bluetooth Child Tracker. This was announced a couple months ago as a secret project of the makers of KaiBand, and it's only $35, so it's a lot cheaper than KaiBand, but you do have to give up some features. So I'm going to be enlisting the help of a testing partner today, and together we'll be determining if this little guy deserves a place on your child's wrist or not. There are two main components to the system, including the free mobile app and the wristband. Using the mobile app, you can set parameters for your children. If your child leaves the parameters you've set, the bracelet and your phone will emit an audible siren. The downside is that the siren isn't very loud. The upside, or potentially another downside, is that the range is limited to a maximum of 150 feet. In addition to sounding when outside the set range, the band has a panic button. By pressing the button on the side of the device, your child can send a panic alert to your phone, or by pressing this button within the mobile app, you can send a panic alert to your child. Of course, this only works if they're within range. The max range will depend on things like being inside or outside, crowds and walls, and it can even be impacted by keeping your phone in your pocket. However, you should be able to set a range between 10 and 150 feet. Within the app, you can also decide if you want to turn the audible phone siren on or off. You can set up a vibration alert or choose both. And as an added safety precaution, you can't turn both alerts off when the band is connected. Finally, because this is a battery-powered device, when you're done using the band, you'll need to disconnect it to save battery. But the big question is, how does MyKid Pod perform? To control the environment, we set up cones at 10, 50, and 150 feet. My test partner, who was paid for his appearance by the way, was instructed to walk casually until the alarm sounded. We tested multiple times with the app set at the maximum range, and as you can see, the results were inconsistent. Next, we tried to test the device at the minimum distance, but he wasn't even able to take a step before the alarm sounded. So we went in the middle, and again, results were inconsistent. Of course, we also tested the device inside, which provided a different perspective, as 150 feet seems a lot farther in a crowd than it does in a park. I was hoping that while we were inside, the bracelet would draw attention to my tester, engaging other adults to help him, but nobody paid attention to it. The siren just wasn't loud enough to be heard in a noisy hibachi restaurant. In fact, it was barely loud enough to be heard in the park. MyKid Pod is a very niche device. It's not a device that's going to replace supervision. It's not one that's going to encourage freedom or independence. After all, how free can a kid feel when you put a 150-foot virtual leash on them? But I do see the point. It's a backup plan. It's another set of eyes. My biggest concern with the device is the amount of guesswork involved in setting the range. Sometimes it alerts just a couple feet away, sometimes it alerts as intended, but resetting the device after the alert is actually a little bit of a pain. All that said, below you'll find a link to my full written review, which includes a comparison of this device to KaiBand. And I am just so thankful that y'all spent time with me today. Feel free to comment below with any questions. If this video has been helpful at all, I'd be thankful for a thumbs up. I'll see y'all later.